Happy New Year, Peter.
Happy New Year,
Mike. I mean, we're recording this on the 29th, but it's going to be the first episode of the new year on today. Today should be, if everything goes according to plan, January 2nd of 2023.
Yeah. And Happy New Year to John. We miss you, buddy.
John.
Come back soon. And to everybody, I know, but you've got to. He'll get upset if we don't say something. So, just... And to everyone on Discord who's joined us, because I really enjoyed the chats that we had there. It was really fun.
Yeah, Discord's a lot of fun lately. We're gonna have some good conversations there. People share links for stories that we end up talking about on the show. We have a meme channel for privacy and security related memes. We end up putting other stuff there too,
there's a lot of discussions which I would not have expected to come up, like donating your eggs, which I didn't know about and absolutely fascinates me. Anyway, we should talk about something
smuggling ring in Malta.
Yeah. Oh my God, yes.
And some stuff that's privacy and security related also.
Yeah, every now and again.
Occasionally,
all right, so what are we supposed to be talking about, Mike?
Well, we're going to talk about how the FBI endorses Peter Lowe.
Yes!
Today's Not So Critical update. Not Peter specifically.
No, me specifically.
The idea of ad blocking.
Okay, they might not mention my name, but you know they're thinking it. You know I'm
because you are that Peter Lowe.
Yeah. So hey guys, thanks. Appreciate the hat tip there.
Are you implying that this is kind of a quid pro quo?
I don't know what the quo would be, so no, I no. No.
So what's the FBI doing here?
They're recommending that people use ad blockers, which is great. I mean, it gives me faith in the sensible government operations, that there is some intelligent life in there somewhere, that they're actually giving out good, sensible advice like this.
Why is this good advice? Because the FBI doesn't care if we see ads.
No, but they care if we see malicious ads, which is a huge problem. Yeah, malvertising, which is a terrible term, but whatever. So it's people who take advantage of ad networks to try and infect people's computers, our computers. You can, because ads are incredibly, what should we call it? They have a lot of permissions to run on your computer. It's a piece of JavaScript code that you say can run on your computer. And if you manage to get an ad into the rotation of like Google ads to show on 100,000 websites, it's a good way of infecting people.
And in this case, you could say, I want to get people to install malware. So I might Google, where do I download Peter Lowe's ad and server tracking block list? And the first...
sorry. That's the easier way to misuse ads, which is just to advertise something fake and get people to click on a link that takes you to a site that's going to affect you.
Right. So they could show an ad that says, download Peter's list here, with a link to their site. So you think you're going to download Peter's software, but instead you're going to the malicious site. What's another way?
Yeah. Well, phishing site, phishing links, phishing
isn't that kind of what
themselves.
That is?
Well, it depends on your definition of phishing and farming and that kind of thing. But yeah, it's just phishing is about getting information from people and then using that to compromise their identity. And then other ones are just straight up downloading malware so that your machine is infected for like ransomware or data exfiltration or whatever, some stuff like that.
And ad blocking software is going to help with this.
It'll stop the ads being shown. Yep. It's
like you mentioned, email phishing.
Yeah.
So what role does ad blocking play in an email phishing attack? Am I misunderstanding?
Oh, not in email phishing. No, sorry. I said the ads are like phishing. Email phishes.
Okay.
So an email phish is like you'll get something from your bank, and they'll say, "Oh, you need to reset your password. Click here," and then you click it, and you go to a site which is not your bank but looks like your bank. And there's just the same kind of thing with ads. There's just a different way to get you to that site, which is going to take advantage of you somehow. So
yeah.
The example was the GIMP. Mm-hmm. Is that right? Yeah. So
you said you thought we talked about this at some point.
Yeah. So I don't know. I remember that when this particular incident happened, the thing about someone putting a Google Ads up for the GIMP, which is a popular piece of open source graphics software. Someone put an ad up for the GIMP, and when you clicked it, you went to a site that looked like the GIMP, but I think it's got like one too many I's or too many M's or P's or something in the URL. And yeah, it was just prompting you to download an infected version of GIMP. Yeah, so I remember at the time this happened, which was a while ago, I put it on our list of links to consider. And I think I mentioned it on Discord at the time, but it was ages ago. I don't know if we actually did it as an episode or if we brought it up.
Yeah, Google's, it would be against Google's terms of service, presumably, to do this, because they do, in their terms of service, say you can't use a brand name that's trademark, and you can't use it in a way that's deemed to be deceptive. So if those apply to GIMP, then this would be against our terms of service, but that assumes they're going to catch it, or it gets, a lot of time that has to get reported. I mean, at companies I've worked with, we see that all the time. Competitors will run ads using your brand, and you can file to have it taken down, but Google's not necessarily going to know or see or care about that up front unless somebody says something.
Yeah. And even if they're good at taking it down, there's always going to be a window when the ad is actually running before people notice. Yeah. So I guess the only thing here is that the bad guys have to actually pay for the ads, but I don't think it'll be that much, right?
How many people do they need to infect to make it worth it too? You're paying pennies per infection.
Yeah. That's
a good point. Scam some. You got to really track your ROI in targeting to make sure you're targeting the most profitable phishing targets, and you have a high enough conversion rate.
But that's so true though. At a certain point, it does become just business, right? It's just people like you, the marketing droids, have to get involved, and how effective are the ad campaigns, the phishes, and what is their ROI, and
run some analytics on what are the best audiences who are going to be the most prone to this.
I wonder if
find some retargeting opportunities.
Yeah, 100%. They are just normal software development companies at the end of the day, aren't they? Just trying to do it without following the rules. Yeah, I don't know, man. Could you work for a company like that if they just
no?
Well, it's just another job, though, right?
Well, just another company. Is it though? I don't know. I couldn't do it.
No, you don't think so?
No,
I don't know.
What about if you didn't know what's the pay?
See, there's a line.
Maybe I shouldn't be too rash here. What kind of benefits are we? Do they have full health care?
Yeah.
Good PTO policy?
Yeah.
What are we talking about? Do you know somebody?
Well, no. I've worked for some dodgy companies before, and I've always said to myself, it's just another job. But then, where is that line? Would you work for a porn company?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Okay. What about like a tabloid?
Well, I don't know. Porn is sketchy because there's so much abuse that happens in the industry. So you'd have to be really careful about that.
Okay.
Like the idea of supporting sex work, I'm totally okay with, but not a company that's like predatory or so. Generally, yes.
How would you tell that? How would you know?
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like
a lot of research.
Yeah. Lots of references, lots of research.
Yeah. A few deep dives into the operating procedures of the company. Just make sure that they're
got to do your due diligence,
ethical.
Peter. I'm not irresponsible.
Yeah, absolutely. What about a gambling company?
Yeah, probably. I mean, some of the same caveats, but sure, no problem with that.
All right. Well, anyway, thanks FBI. Very, very pleased with yeah.
And Happy New Year. This is our first story of the year, so starting off on is this a positive note? I guess it's positive because they're encouraging get positive action. Last Friday we talked about LastPass, so hopefully everyone's New Year's resolution is to set up ad blocking. We recommend uBlock Origin and change all your passwords, and we'll go from there.
Yeah.
All right. See you everyone tomorrow.
Happy New Year.